Same sapling I was picking on with the Jethro, or the SCH 45. So this is the other offering they sent me. This is the Priscilla brush sword. I can't remember the exact number on it, but just look it up as a Priscilla brush sword and that's what you'll get. Looks like it's got a 5/16 blade on it. It's made out of the same 8 MOV 13 stainless that the Jethro was, or the 45 was. And to be honest with you, the sharpness of the blade right out of the box is crap. So you're going to have to touch the blade up. But like I said, with all these charade knives, they sharpen right up with no sweat. A couple swipes on a stone, we're done. As far as the sword's concerned, I mean, it's balanced really nice. I mean, you know, whatever you really like to do with it, and it's light. So the difference would be, yeah, it's a big chopper too, but with the 45, you have weight, which is going to drive it deeper, but you have a flat blade, a flat edge. With this Priscilla, it's got a recurve, obviously. If you catch it right in this spot here, basically with the recurve, when you hit with these blades and catch it in there, the fact that you're cutting back and driving at the same time will cause the blade to cut deeper, supposedly. To be honest with you, you see me cut that sapling down, and maybe I'm just not used to using recurves, but who knows. This is designed by Joshua Wagner for charade. I don't know if you can see his logo right here. It's got a T.P.E textured handle. It is full tang, as far as I know. It's got a good stopper here, guard, whatever you want to call it, so that your hand don't ride up on a blade. But if it happens to, the edge doesn't really start till here. You got a good wide flat there for your hand. Now if you wanted to do fine tasks, see if I can find a stick here. Yeah, go this way. It's part of the sapling I just cut down. If you wanted to do fine tasks, I mean, it does them. With a little more edge on it, it would do them great, but I mean, it still does them. With a feather, yeah. Actually, you've all seen me make feather sticks. I think this is the best one I'm coming out with you know, 14 inches of blade. Yeah, you can get right up on that, right up to almost your fingers there. And you can see it's still hogging into the wood. So yeah, will it do fine tasks? Sure. It all depends on your skill with a knife. I'm not a firm believer in the fact that, you know, because a knife is small, it does better tasks. It all depends on what your skill is with a knife. I'm used to using big blades. Maybe you're not. And that's fine. Use what you want, man. Nobody's telling you got to use one of these things. This has its place. Same thing with that big Jethro, a 45. This also has a 90-degree spine. It'll strike a ferro rod. These have their places. And I'll explain why. As with the 45, the reason why they have their places is they got these huge sheaths. As you can see, I got some webbing wrapped around here. Now I just made my own molly setup. Now I can attach molly pouches to this. And with the length of the sheath, I could have a fire bag, probably a shelter bag, You know, a small 5x10 trail tarp or 5x7 trail tarp, or even painter's drop cloth. But I'd have some kind of tarping or some kind of shelter. And I wouldn't venture to say that I couldn't even attach a small water bottle to these cutouts. Or you can just, you know, with the tie-outs on the sheath, just run some paracord through there. You'd have cordage, you'd have shelter, you'd have your fire, your combustion, the whole 9 yards. You could put it on these sheaths. They're thermoplastic. I mean, I'm not really a great fan of this sheath, but they're thermoplastic. You can throw them on there, throw them in the back of your vehicle, and you've got everything to go. As you can see, the knife does do fine tasks, and it will do chopping. That's what you need a knife for. There's lots of reviews on it. It does baton. I mean, what else do you need a knife to do? I don't even baton, so therefore I don't even need a knife to do that. But if you do, I mean, you got everything in one knife. You'd have everything on your sheath, throw it over your shoulder, throw a canteen on, and you're done. I carry a gun with me whenever I go in the woods, so yeah, shoulder holster, canteen kit, you know, with the cooker and everything, survival kit on the knife sheath, a pocket knife. I've got everything I need. So this is new for 2017. And I haven't been able to find one for pricing yet, but I would imagine they're right around a $45, $50 range. Yeah, not really much to say. I mean, the handle, the way it's arranged, you've got a good hard grip down here, which changes the angle of the blade, which is good. And see if you can go at it like this, but if you grab the whole of it back here, you can really go at it. One thing I will tell you, if you're using big blades, have you seen, well, you might have seen me chopping that sapling. I'm going to go over there, and I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I'm just going to show you a few different little things that might help. When you're going at these things with the big blade, and you're doing one of these numbers, if that blade glances off, you're going to hit yourself. Go from the side and keep it as much under control as you can. If the blade glances off, it's going to hit the ground. Okay? I mean, what more could you ask for in a knife? That was just a little tip so you don't get yourself cut, but they do have a habit, if you're using big blades, of bouncing off things, but everything does. Axes, hatchets, everything does. So this is the Priscilla bush sword. It's got a powder coating on it. Now, the way this knife is designed, it's a full flat grind. And it's a different grind all the way through. It comes up through here and right out to here, and from here on out it's a full flat grind. It's thin blade, it's a machete. I'm going to have a lot of use for this over the summer. Now, your sheath system with this. The thermoplastic sheath, lots of tie downs. Lots of tie downs, and like I said, that's what I like about sheaths. I'm not much of a thermoplastic guy. I like leather, but in this case, this works out really well. One thing I don't like is the retention strap. I've only had this out of the case twice, and it's starting to cut. But with a knife that big, a heat gun, you could probably, you know, tighten it up for you. Now, they send you with this strap. The strap is just plain, nylon. I think it was Prepared Mind 101 I seen it on Chris Tanner's channel. He took a couple of split rings and put them through these little slits and then attached these straps, because these things are a bugger to get in here, trust me. So it'll hang and it'll make it mobile a lot better for you. If you don't want to put them here, you can put them down on here, and it hangs, hangs just a little bit higher. But once again, if you wanted to do this, some kind of belt loop or whatever, you're going to have to get creative with some paracord and stuff so you can put it on your belt. But as far as everything else is concerned, like I said about the kit on there, throw it over your shoulder. Watch what happens with this retention strap. I don't know if you can really see that, so let me bring it up closer. Okay? When you're putting it in, if you're not watching, but with the retention strap on it, it holds it absolutely firm. But for the lightness of this knife, and I mean it's only like, I think it's 1 pound 8 ounces. I keep calling it a knife, it's a machete. For the lightness of this knife and the way it carries, it'd be a great option in the woods. Even if you wanted to carry a small belt knife or piggyback it. There's a million ways you can optionize or modify this sheath to go with that knife. And you'd have chopping option. You'd be able to chop down small saplings for shelters. I can't say you're going to be able to cut down 10-inch logs, but it's a possibility, given enough time and enough energy. So that's the Priscilla bush sword. And I just seen in my last video, the SCH 45, great chopping options from Schrade. The SCHF 45 is an old option. This is new for 2017. I'm liking it. I run around the woods with my pocket knife on me, and this is going to make a nice option for me. Once I get it all done and get the kit put on it, I'll bring it back for an update. But yeah, it's a great knives from Schrade. Like I said, this is new for 2017. It might take a while to hit, eBay, Amazon, and in places. Probably not, but it might. But you can always get a hold of Schrade and get one from them. The SCH 45 that I did, great knife. It's a great chopper option if you're looking for something like that. They're both stainless steel. And the 45 has a Teflon. This has a powder coated. T.P.E handles. Great knives from Schrade once again. So this is K-Bar User. I want to thank you for your time and your patience and hanging in on this video. And hey, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please do. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm going to go chop something now.